Alright, so day 3, walk in again. Today is the day that we get to go out to the Blade and walk along the tallest sea cliffs in the southern hemisphere. Pretty epic, also the most sketchiest part of the trip. So yeah, really looking forward to getting out there. Beauty of today is you stash your main pack because I've got to come back along the same way because you're essentially walking along a cliff line. Coming back the same way, I just pick up my pack at the end. So I've got my day pack with my snacks and, you know, emergency gear and that sort of thing, rain gear. And then, so I've got 16 Ks of walking with just my day pack. And then come back and I get my main pack on just for like an hour to get to the next hut, Retakunna Hut. So yeah, let's hit it. So yeah, it's like square cubes. Whoa. Nice. Definitely sends some jolts down your spine and legs when you look down the edge. Wow. Like when we're in amongst the shrubs, it's hard to think about the fact that we're actually walking along this like quite narrow ridge. Because you've got trees around you, you feel protected and safe, but then when you get to sections like this where the trees have fallen away, you're like, wow, this is actually quite far out there. Amazing view. Can't believe people used to live up there. Man, this would be a good spot for a snack. We've only done 4Ks, we've got to keep moving. Gotta keep going. That's crazy, only 4Ks from the hut, and that's the kind of thing we're seeing. Although, like, the hut had amazing views, so of course. Oh, look at this cool seat. It's got a good view. What? This is a hectic spot. Like, I keep saying it over and over again. I gotta think of more adjectives, but just amazing views. Like, you go down into the bush again, and then you just like pop up, and it's like, whoa, cliffs and island with a lighthouse, and it's just crazy, epic. Can you imagine back in the day? I guess sometime in the 1800s, making that lighthouse, and then having to live on it. And I read that it was a 2-year commitment for you and your family. Oh, curiosity. So this marker is referring to something in the guidebook, a story about curiosity, and it's about feral cats. So essentially, the families over there had cats, and then their descendants overrun the island when the lighthouse became automated and the families came off the island. The cats are still there and they were wreaking havoc on protected bird species. And then the Parks and Wildlife Service did an operation there to remove feral cats. And the story is essentially curiosity killed the cat because they were just pretty much laying traps for them and then catching them all. And now it's cat free. Sorry, cat people. Man, this track goes close to the edge. I keep thinking like, you know, one strong breeze will just like push me over the edge, but so far so good. Just another epic view, one of thousands. Just everywhere you look. You go around the corner, there's another epic view. You come out of the bushes, there's another epic view. It's just non-stop. Some of the rocks, right, some of them look like they just like being stacked like one on top of each other, higgledy-piggledy, and it just so happens that they've like jammed themselves in the position that they're in. Some of them look like they could just fall at any moment. That's not a good sign. Holy moly. This is the point. Claim your moment. We are really high up. It's a bit windy for my liking. I'm not a big heights guy. Like, I don't mind it, but it's not really something I seek at. A lot of steps to get up here, so pardon my breathlessness. Stoked that I'm only carrying my day pack, and I've already eaten all my snacks, so we're coming to the end of the trail. So pretty much from this point onwards, we're heading home, really. What an amazing adventure, and what an amazing view to finish up on. Have a look at this. These views are crazy. I've just turned around to head back down. Man, the claim your moment seat right there. I'm gonna sit down for a little while there. Look at that view. You can see all the way along the coast. So our hut, Munro Hut, is over there somewhere, and there's our one of our destinations for tomorrow. Wow. And then you can just see for miles. You can see the Tasmanian coastline for miles and miles. What an epic place. How sick is this? The track is on the watch. That thick red line is the track that I've come along. So if I was lost, I could just follow that, and it tells me my next fork in the road is in 0.56, 560 meters. Oops. Very cool. Well, that was an amazing trip out to Cape Pillar and back and the Blade. I just had some lunch at this hut, the same one we stayed at. Time to say goodbye to this amazing view and then head over to Hut Retakunna, I think it is. So it's about an hour away from here. So let's get moving. So about 10 minutes from Retakunna Hut, and starting to get our first sort of closer glimpses of Mount Fortescue, which is my first obstacle in the morning. When you book your Three Capes experience, you get to choose from an earlier shuttle back to Port Arthur from Fortescue Bay, or a later one. The early one's at about 2 o'clock or 2:30, and the walk is about 7 to 7.5 hours according to the guide. So that means that I have to be walking by about 7 a.m. tomorrow to get straight up summit Mount Fortescue, and then wind my way down to Fortescue Bay and do the Cape Hoy track as well to complete my collection of capes. So yeah, pretty cool looking, looks big. It's going to be an uphill slog first up.